your 2025 season coming to a close. For the Everett Auto Parts Sport 4s in their final 25-lap event. Looking for the green as KJ looks him over. Underway, and we're off. And Hayes gets a good jump over Johnson. Rolls it down into turn number 1 as Richie Johnson goes to work on the outside.
Johnson has lived in the second and third grooves really for the back half of the season, and it's really done him good. A side-by-side battle for the lead with Johnson on his high horse and Hayes riding low into turn number 3.
Side-by-side at the top of the leaderboard, the 11 of Meack right there in pursuit as they come off of turn number 4. Side-by-side. Johnson was worried about the outside lane and how his car would handle. So far, so good as he works to the outside. Evens up with Hayes down into 3.
Arthur Meack wants to knock on that door, but doesn't have quite enough speed for Richie Johnson. Hayes sliding up in front, and Johnson able to open up the outside groove again. Another side-by-side battle for the lead. This time, Richie's going to overtake Dan for the top spot at lap 4. Richie Johnson puts the number 8 to the top of the leaderboard.
Hayes got loose that last time off at turn number 2, and that allowed Johnson to get the run up on the outside. Settles in at the top. Here comes Hayes back down to the inside as they hit turn 3. Meack pushing them both. Hayes again, sideways off of 4, gathers it in, but Johnson gets away on the outside.
Hayes all sorts of crossed up. Good save, though, from the veteran from Fall River. Top 5, nose to tail into turns 3 and 4, and out front, Richie Johnson. He's done everything there is to do in an enduro car, has done everything there is to do in a Sport 4 except win a championship, and the path is clear right now for that to be accomplished.
Hayes settles in about 2 car lengths back as they hit turns 3 and 4. Right now the battle is for 4th as Budzyna has Sam Sleboda working the inside. Sleboda takes a look down low, down into turn number 1, slides up underneath as they race door to door down the back straightaway.
Even are Budzyna and Sleboda into turns 3 and off of 4. Give the edge that time to Sleboda with doing a nice job crossing right in front of Jacob Budzyna, who sits in 5th. Up front, Richie Johnson separated by 2 car lengths on Dan Hayes. Doing a good job hitting his marks, not doing anything out of the ordinary that could potentially cost him a championship.
Down into 1 and 2 and a couple of lap cars in front of your leader. He's going to hit them within a couple of laps. And the first one up is Steve Cromwell in the number 26. Slides up the racetrack, lets the leaders thunder by down on the inside as they head down into 1.
At lap 10, 15 laps to go for Richie Johnson, who has 3 car lengths out in front of Dan Hayes. Another 10 back, it's Arthur Meack, who rounds out the current podium. 3 fast cars, all sitting in the top 3, but none as fast, really not just tonight, but all season, as that 8 of Richie Johnson, the leaders, hit the back straightaway.
Right now, one of the faster cars out on the racetrack is Sleboda in that number 4. She sits in the 4th spot trying to close in on Meack as we get closer to the halfway point. Richie Johnson in control off of turn number 2, sets the pace by 2 car lengths. Hayes keeping pace with him as they roll down into 3.
That last lap was Dan's fastest lap of the race so far. Is Johnson getting a little too comfortable? He just ran another solid lap. Johnson still doing better that time by a 1/10 of a second as the leaders hit 3 and 4. Jimmy Sullivan is going to go -1 of the leaders this time across the stripe. 14 on the board, 11 remaining.
30 laps the distance, not 25, as we are 1 lap shy of halfway. Johnson to the outside of Sullivan, puts him -1. As they come off of turn number 4, KJ shows the cross flags. 15 down, 15 to go.
Johnson sashaying his way through lap traffic, and it might be the opportunity Hayes needs if Johnson gets crossed up for whatever reason. But Richie opening this up to 6 car lengths again. Lap 16 on the board this time. Richie Johnson really put in cruise control. Black flag out for Jimmy Sullivan. Johnson put this thing in cruise control on lap 4 and has not turned it off.
No, he hasn't. That outside lane was tough for him for a few laps, but once he was able to get out front, he's been able to put that car anywhere on the track that suits him, and it's worked for him. He's been able to open up now a 5 car length advantage. Keep your eyes on that battle for 3rd between Meack and Sleboda. Sleboda trying to work her way down on the inside as they hit turns 3 and 4. They run nose to tail. Sleboda down to the inside. Meack caught up top.
Meack hanging on to the outside, maintains that final podium spot from the 4 of Sleboda. Up front leaders into 3 and off of 4. Richie Johnson leading the pack by 8 car lengths. Sleboda trying to take a peek to the inside of Meack. They will even up across the stripe by a third of a car length. It's Meack hanging on to that 3rd spot as they hit turn 2.
Sleboda with a run off at 2 sets in the number 2 spot. Sets her sights, number 3 spot, sets her sights on the drivers in front of him. But does she have enough time? 10 laps to go. This time at the stripe, it is Johnson, Hayes, Sleboda, Meack, and the 0-1 of Budzyna rounding out the top 5.
Heavy smoke from the 14 of Hayes. He slowed up immediately, is moving to the top of the racetrack.
And he is done for the night. And I think that announcer's jink kind of caught up with him. We talked about him and his mechanical woes at the beginning of the season had seemed to go away. Guess what? Bad time for them to come back.
My bad, Dan. Nonetheless, Johnson has just about half a straightaway on Sam Sleboda, who now sits in second. It'll be 23 laps on the board this time by and 7 to go for that Matty Tire number 8 of Richie Johnson, the Middleborough native. Nice and smooth in a 1 and 2.
Yeah, at this point, he can just take his time. He doesn't have to push the car at all. And you can see that in his lap times. They've dropped just a hair. But the other thing is you don't want to slow up too much because then you lose your rhythm. And once you lose your rhythm, it's tough to get it back out there. So we are 6 laps away from the checkered flag and Richie Johnson in control.
5 laps to go this time by as the leaders head into 3 and turn off of 4. Richie Johnson setting the pace. Sleboda, we mentioned now a full straightaway back, 3 car lengths back. It's Arthur Meack with Jacob Budzyna, Christine Cavallaro rounding out the top 5.
Off of turn number 4, 4 laps ago. Johnson all alone at the top of the field. Puts Switzer a lap down as he rolls through 1 and 2. Down into 3. 3 laps to go when they come back around. A mile left between now and the end of the 2025 season.
Richie Johnson doing a good job just hitting his marks. We mentioned not doing anything out of the normal, out of the ordinary, taking your time but not getting too complacent. And if anybody's good at that, it's Richie Johnson, because this is not the first time that he's opened up half a straightaway, if not larger leads on his competition. 2 circuits to go this time for Richie Johnson, who just hit turn number 3.
Smooth as silk down into 3 and 4, and the white flag unfurls. Richie Johnson, his rookie season 2 years ago, was in the championship 4. Last year was in the championship 4. Both times he was not able to take it down. Tonight he rolls off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is in the air, and he is now finally champion. Richie Johnson picking up the 2025 Everett Auto Parts Sport 4 Championship and the win here tonight. Second place to Sam Sleboda, Arthur Meack third, Jacob Budzyna fourth, and Christine Cavallaro rounding out the top 5. And Nate Harris will clinch the 2025 Sport 4 Rookie of the Year.
Richie, congratulations, champion.
Yeah, before I forget, I gotta wish my girlfriend a happy birthday.
That's a good thing before you forget.
1 more year till the dirty 30. Enjoy it. But hey, I didn't know what to get you for your birthday, so I got you a Sport 4 championship. So I couldn't have done it without her. She's the reason why I'm out here. She's the one that pushed me to get this car and give it a shot. You never know unless you try, and we tried like hell, and here we are.
Your rookie season, you were in the Final Four. Last year in the Final Four. How disappointing were those 2 years, having good seasons, having wins, but not coming home the champion?
Yeah, I'm pretty tough on myself. I want to win everything I can. So those first 2 years were tough. I know I'm hard on myself, but that's what keeps me coming back for more.
You and I talked earlier, and you said, you know what? The car's not that great on the outside. I'm kind of worried. Dan's fast. And you really had to push him for those first few laps until he started to lose his footing.
That's what everyone kept telling me, just hold your line and make him make the mistake. And it was nerve-wracking. We were pretty close a couple times, but I feel like I hold my line. I feel like I did it right and put it in his hands. And, you know, it is what it is. It was a long race. He was there for a while, and I don't know, just played out for me, I guess, this year. So very thankful for that.
Take us through 25. You started off hot. You stayed consistent all year long on the podium, I think every single week, and to finally clinch this championship.
I couldn't even tell you how nervous I was. Just literally just showing up all year. Not honestly, just was like, I just want to get to the last race of the year. That's the only one that matters to me. I don't know. I just wanted a championship so bad. I mean, I grew up as a little kid up there on the back stretch up on the wall watching the thrill shows, and I dreamed of being one of them idiots out here wrecking cars. And, you know, I feel like I exceeded those dreams in the thrill shows, and then just to come out here in a weekly division and compete and win a championship, that just, wouldn't have ever dreamed of that.
You and your dad, your whole crew, your family did a great job this year. I know you got a lot of people you want to thank.
Just got to thank everyone that ever believed in me. You can't make it anywhere in this sport without help. And my girlfriend, my family who's done so much, my friends who commit their time, all my sponsors, it's just winning a championship feels cool, but having people who believe in you the way I do, it's just even better.
Tell us about that victory lap.
I thought about it, wasn't sure if half the people here would even understand what I was doing. I don't know if they go to thrill shows, but then they said, hey, do it backwards. I'm like, all right, you said so, let's do it.
Not bad. And not only have you had a great Friday night season, you've had a great thrill show season, a handful of wins, and also winning 3 out of 4 last week at Stafford's big show. 4 out of 4, not bad.
Yeah, I mean, that was a fun show. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. You forget how good you have it until it's moments like this. It's just all the bad days are worth it for the good moments like this. We put in a lot of work. I put in a lot of years. Everyone's like, how do you make it look so easy? It's like, I've been doing this a long time, and it's not from a lack of effort. I can't tell you how many times I showed up to the track over the years and lost. So it takes a while to figure it out, but with good support and a good attitude, you can do anything.
Congratulations, champ. Welcome. How about a round of applause?